What's up, everybody? Hope you had a great Labor Day. Welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Pour. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Brian.
And Labor Day weekend is out of the way, Brian. Football season is here. Campfire season is either here or right around the corner, just depending on where you're at. I thought it was a great time to talk about some fall cocktails.
Mm-hmm. Yep, starting to cool down. You want something to, like I said, be by the fire. Something that's a little bit more traditional, some bolder statements coming out. So I think you, from what you told me, you fixed up some pretty good cocktails here.
Yeah. So I've mixed up both of these here. So whenever I think about fall and fall flavors, I think of maple syrup, and I think of apples and cinnamon, some of those darker, richer notes. So on the right here, I guess the left for you guys is the maple old fashioned, and then this little guy right here is my own creation that I just kind of came up with on a whim, and I'm calling it the Golden Gobbler. But stick around to know why that is. So let's first talk about this maple syrup old fashioned. So what are the ingredients? We've got 2 ounces of rye whiskey. You want to get something about 100 proof. This is old Overholt bottled in bond. For the sweetener, of course, is maple syrup. This is Burton's Maplewood Farm. That is actually local to us. That's made down in a little town called Medora near Seymour. And I'll put a link in the description of the video. You can actually order this stuff.
Awesome, sir.
Yeah. Nope, good. Order this stuff online. They actually even have some maple syrup that they finished in bourbon barrels. So, and then Black Walnut Bitters garnished with a cherry. So, Brian, I'll let you take a sip and let me know what you think of that. I know, and I did do a dash of Angustroa bitters just to give it a traditional old-fashioned kind of flair. It's been a while since I've made that, so you're going to have to tell me if I put enough maple syrup or too much, because it's a fine line, because it's pretty sweet.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
Now you hit it. It's good.
Okay.
The alcohol is not strong on it at all.
Yeah.
But it's like something I think you can definitely sip on and.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's solid. Old fashioned is my favorite cocktail. Most of the year. When it gets warm out, I like a bourbon sidecar. But that's usually for like 3 or 4 months, and then I switch back to the old fashioned.
I like
actually, I'm getting the alcohol's coming through now.
That's a little bit more.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's measurements there, by the way, folks. So that's 2 ounces of rye whiskey. That's about a 1/4 ounce of maple syrup. You don't need as much maple syrup as you do simple syrup.
Goes a long way.
Yeah, it goes a long way. If I had to split in hairs, I would probably go just a tick more of maple syrup. It's a little bit sweeter. I do still like a spicy old fashioned, so rye still comes through. So just a tick more sweetness out of that would be
maybe not getting as much of I get a little bit of the black walnut, but I've never had
black walnut.
I've never had it. I never made it myself. I should say I've had it at restaurants.
Yeah.
But I thought I might get a little bit deeper, darker elements on that. But man, it's overall phenomenal.
Very good, very good. So I like those rich, deeper flavors. This is not going to taste like an old fashioned that you've had before. This is a little bit darker. So and that black walnut kind of does give it a darker tone, and of course maple syrup. All right. Yeah. So that's the maple old fashioned. We'll also have the recipes in the description, so don't worry. You don't have to vigorously take notes. We're gonna help you out on that. Now this next one, the Golden Gobbler, golden apples, and the reason the Gobbler, everybody. Well, not everybody, but if you've watched us before, you've heard me talk about wild turkey. I used wild turkey for this drink, and this drink, whenever I was thinking about this video, I wanted to do a maple old fashioned. I thought, well, I'd like to have at least a second cocktail to talk about for fall. So I just came up with this, and as it turns out, I made it, and on my first try, this is what I came up with, and I really liked it, so I kept it the same. There's a couple steps with this one, though. So the key on this one is your sweetener is going to be this brown sugar, cinnamon-infused brown sugar syrup. I made that. This is a 375 milliliter. So that's about a cup of brown sugar, 5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then a cup and a half of water. You can really actually heat that water up in a glass in the microwave and then just dump all that stuff in there and let it sit. Only problem is cinnamon doesn't dissolve, so you'll get a lot of sediment here at the bottom. You'll want to pour that out and even strain it if you have a strainer, just so it doesn't become overpowered. That's enough on that. So it's 2 ounces of wild turkey, 1 ounce of this, brown sugar, maple syrup, and then you're going to want a organic apple juice, and it's going to be 1 ounce of that. And you're going to want organic because they're not going to have a bunch of artificial sweeteners in it. That's going to make it kind of tack up, taste cheap. And then I also use the Black Walnut Bitters for that as well. Pretty simple. Only thing is that extra step of making that cinnamon-infused brown sugar syrup. So go ahead and take a taste of that and give us your expert analysis. Let me know if that's bad.
The cinnamon is really good on the nose. And you smell that apple. Yeah, it's oh man, yeah, it's got a great nose to it. Oh my goodness, that's nice.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
That I could sip on that all night by the fire. Might have to have help getting up.
they can catch up with
because the alcohol. You don't taste the alcohol at all.
Yeah,
you taste the apple. Yeah. The apple's good.
Yeah. And nothing is like too overwhelming.
No.
Maybe the cinnamon is high, but it should be because it's cinnamon.
Cinnamon makes you think of a Christmas.
Yeah. This would be good at Christmas.
Yeah, it'd be a great one at Christmas. No, that's phenomenal.
I don't know if there's another drink that's out there like this that I might have just ripped off and not known about it, but I'm pretty proud of coming up with my own kind of cocktail concoction, especially the cinnamon brown sugar. I didn't have a recipe for that, and I kind of dialed that in. Oh yeah, go for it. What I like about this, Brian, too, as I've thought about it, is that sometimes fall, it's supposed to be cool in the fall. A lot of times it can be kind of hot in Indiana in the fall. Right. I think this would be good on a cold day or a warm, hot day in the fall. That's got a refreshing element to it.
It does, definitely.
So
yeah, I'm sure you can drink that all year round, even though, like I said, but the elements are more fall based.
Yeah.
But I like a hot apple cider drink.
Okay.
But this gives you a lot of those same elements, and it's delicious.
I guess you can microwave it. So. Throw it in the microwave, put it in a coffee cup, and sip on that. So anyway, these are the fall drinks. I really like these. What's your pick on your favorite?
I would normally lean towards old fashions, but I think this knocked it out of the park. So.
That makes my heart sing. That makes my heart sing. My pride level is off the charts now.
Yeah, but I did the old fashioned was solid. Don't get me wrong.
Right, sure.
But I think this just kind of took the bill today.
Yeah. One thing I didn't add, I did garnish this with a couple cherries. So, and then we talked. I don't know if I mentioned the clear ice. I get made fun of by my family because I love clear ice, and we'll put a card up.
It does make a difference. It's nice.
Yeah, it makes it look really, really cool. I'll put a card up here. So you can check out our clear ice video because we do have a tutorial on that. It is super, super easy. So, all right. Well, appreciate you swinging by and tasting these and providing some feedback. With that, hopefully that you all are enjoying some cocktails this fall. Hopefully this was also helpful to you. Maybe I've given you a new idea. And then if you have a fall cocktail, shoot us a comment, shoot us a message on Instagram, Facebook, or our email address. Let us know what you sip on in the fall, if it's bourbon or rye based, and so forth. But we're going to end this episode the same way that we always do. Actually, not really, because we normally don't end it with cocktails. But when you're with your family and your friends, always share your whiskey or cocktails.